And here we have the Brunswick River and the beautiful reflection of the sky on a very clear, clean, crisp river. And as you look a little closer, you can see there is a stingray in the river. I watched it for some time and witnessed it very discerningly using its energy, only moving when it needed to move. The rest of the time maintaining a sense of peace and stillness.
Hello beautiful ones. This is Eliza Kendall coming to you from northern New South Wales in Australia. I'm in Bundjalung country right now and it is Wednesday the 1st of July. What a wonderful time to be alive. What a fascinating, explorative time to be in the human condition. I'm just going to share briefly with you a little bit of information today before I welcome some guides and angels, perhaps some of the spirits to come in and speak with us. What I wanted to share with you is something we've touched on before in these spirit reports that continues to be illuminated and highlighted from the guides, and I'm really noticing how beneficial and how wonderfully transformative this work, those that are aware of this work and are actively taking steps to do it, the tremendous impact and effect that it's having in them, in their other people that they're relating to as well, people around them. It's really wonderful. So what we're really talking about here, what I'm noticing particularly with the 2020 transformation time, what is occurring is slightly different for the masculine and the feminine. So those that are in the masculine condition, what they are now coming to terms with collectively is that much of the decisions and the choices have been led from the mind or from the ego. Much of the ways, or I want to say ideas, identities, archetypes around how to be a successful, effective man in the world within their community are now requiring some restructuring and close scrutiny in order to determine where those actions and those choices and decisions are coming from. Are they coming from the intuition, from the heart space, or are they coming from the mind or the ego space? Because this is really what is being called for right now in a very strong way that will continue to occur throughout the year, moving into next year, as we are actually now anchoring in the new earth codes. This is the purge that is occurring. This is the transformation that is occurring within the masculine condition. So if you are a penis wearer, as I like to call you, penis wearers and vagina wearers, and you may associate with being a man and not have a penis, and cool. Those who are associating with being in the masculine embodiment in this particular lifetime, or right now as you listen to this report, I encourage you to really take some time to understand the difference between coming from your conscious mind, your, I want to say, limited logical analytical mind, and instead opening up, if you haven't already, to the fact that you have a heart mind, you have a higher intelligence that is capable of far more than the conscious mind or the logical and analytical mind could ever be capable of. This is where you can access the intelligence of the entire planet, as well as those outside who are communicating and speaking with you. So this is really where we're talking about divine intelligence, higher intelligence that is what your soul holds for you. That is what we're talking about when we're talking about coming from the heart, making choices from the heart. It's making choices from a place that actually considers the rest of the universe around you, from a unity space, from a win-win place. Yeah, I'm hearing this a lot, this term win-win. Is it win-win every time you make a decision? Is everyone involved winning, or is someone losing out? Can you get it to a place where it's win-win? Because that's heart. Okay, now for the women, in many ways it's quite similar, but it's very different, and it's a different focus, let's say, in the body or in the power centers in the body. The focus for the men is about the heart chakra, yeah? Activating not only the lower heart chakra where we perhaps experience love or romance, but the higher heart chakra, the xiphoid, where we experience unity, and again, the full breadth and expansiveness of our higher intelligence is accessed from the higher heart chakra. For the women, most of the work I'm noticing is being done with the solar plexus chakra. So the power center, the identity, the action center, the place where we transmute, the place where we have logic, where we have confidence, where we have sunniness, positivity, etc. And so what we're really talking here is the power center of our entire system. For the women, what we are being called to do right now is retract all parts of our soul, all parts of our energy that is going to anything outside of the current now moment creations. It's time to retract all of that now. Do the soul retrieval work now. Really notice, drop into yourself and notice if you have any outgoings of energy, if anyone is plugged into you and they're kind of siphoning from you, consciously or unconsciously, doesn't matter. Or if you are consciously or unconsciously still allowing any of your energy to leak out. It is most important now that you bring all of that back into you, into your now moment, so that you can reform the way that as a woman in the feminine condition, you access and use and gain and sustain power. So you can see how, in many ways, since perhaps the first wave of feminism, women have been working with getting into the heart, getting out of the mind, coming from the heart space. Men have been working with how to get power, right? How to be strong, how to be powerful and empowered in the world. And so we're now kind of switching those roles. And then, of course, we'll be able to exchange the information that we've learnt. And again, I'm noticing that those who are doing this work and really paying attention and recognizing that within the microcosm of your own reality, you are healing for the collective. This is the collective healing between the masculine and feminine right now, is the women reclaiming how they are powerful, regardless of what a man thinks of you or their, I want to say, the archetypes that you've been put into as a woman. You can now create your own archetype, set up your own vortex of how you access and sustain your own empowerment. Yeah, I hope that's really clear. And I'm really noticing that as this is occurring, it is having this delicious ripple effect out into the spaces, and we are healing the masculine and feminine inside of ourselves and within the collective as well. So it's really wonderful. And so thank you for anyone who's doing that work. And I know everyone is watching has been on the masculine feminine internal healing journey for a long time, and I'm inviting you to see if there's another layer and level of that where more internal harmony can be formed, and a real sense of standing strong together. The masculine and the feminine standing as a really united front now within yourself, and also then healing any relationships outside that you can right now within those themes that we spoke about. Okay, wonderful. Now I'm going to see if anyone has anything they'd like to share with us today. Okay, wonderful. I do have someone here. Okay, hello. We have some really playful spirits here. They are nature spirits. So they are, pixies and elves and fairies, and they're very playful, and they're really wanting to encourage lots of nature play, frolicking in nature. So, every week we talk about and are directed to noticing the beauty of nature and sharing the beauty, and this is a wonderful way to support the earth, as well as the sustainability practices that I know you're already doing. But another wonderful way to have a really positive impact on the planet, on the earth itself, on Gaia herself, as she also transforms right along with us. We're all in it together, linked into the same matrix and vortex, right? So as she is also shifting, it's a wonderfully positive and helpful thing for you to frolic and have fun and play and be silly within her, just like you were a little pixie fairy spirit, or like you're a child again and you're frolicking with all the other children. Get together in groups and frolic and play in nature however you can. Let yourself become so light with the joy of fun, and know that that lightness is permeating into the spaces around you, and it is helping to create more lightness and joyful and elevated frequencies of joy and fun and silliness and playfulness and frivolity into the collective consciousness as well. And so, it's interesting because this has come through as a really direct request for anyone who's listening, and if you want to share this with anyone else, they're asking us to do this with the intention that it is healing the collective, and to do it for the rest of the year. Like, keep doing it whenever you can. Frolic and play and be silly in nature. Share it as much as you can out there. Invite other people. See if you can, get other people to kind of shake off some of the seriousness, because the transformations are very serious in the way that they are accessing and opening and dealing and healing and transmuting a lot of shadows right now. And it's important to understand that this is going on in such a massive way in, I want to say, places and spaces on this planet that many of us cannot even conceive of, because we do not exist within that kind of density. We cannot conceive of some of the lower vibrational expressions on this planet and the things that they are doing that are currently being cleaned and wiped and healed right now. But know that it is happening and you are contributing to that. And so as you feel yourself fluctuate in your own emotions, as you feel your vitality fluctuate, as you feel some of your own shadow stuff from past that you thought had long gone, that you'd long dealt with, come up, know that most of the time it's not even yours. It's coming through your vessel. And yes, your vessel is then letting you know it could use a little bit more cleaning, right? If I'm kind of being triggered by stuff, then yeah, no doubt my power center is probably not functioning as sufficiently. Maybe it's not balanced out with a really strong root chakra. Either way, I'm out of coherence with head and heart, and I'm out of balance. That's how I know, if I'm triggered, that I then need to do some rebalancing. But what I don't need to do, most of you who are listening to this, what you don't need to do is process, catharsize, dig around in your feelings, try and create a story around them, or grab a story from your past and convince yourself that that is still relevant to you and you mustn't have healed from your own trauma. No, that what is maybe just occurring is that the remnants of that, I want to say, vibrational frequency of trauma inside of your vessel are just being kind of pushed to the surface. Because as you act as transmuters on this planet, the energy of, let's say, something like grief is moving through you. And as it moves through you, be cautious to not try and make it yours. Don't attach a story to that about how you felt grief from the past. And so, you're back there in your past continuing to create that vortex for yourself. Instead, go, whew, wow, yeah, there's a feeling there. Okay, what do I need to do to feel better? Yeah, when you're feeling a little bit better, clear out your vessel a little bit, and then just kind of go, hey, I'm contributing. My vessel is clearing a hell of a lot of stuff out right now. And it might seem like a small way to contribute, but it's huge. Those of us that are light workers or have come specifically at this time to contribute to this evolution on planet Earth, many of us are contributing just by being antennas and transmuters as we get on with our day. And a lot of the time we don't even know what it is that we're transmuting, and we don't need to always know. Okay, so full acceptance of all emotions and feelings and things that come up, but paying really close attention and observing them, and also really ensuring that you continue to realign and take full responsibility for the alignment of your head and heart and the rebalancing of every power center. So whatever techniques or methods or tools that you need to use, the quicker you can be realigning yourself back into the flow state, the easier it will be for you, and the less you will be experiencing these fluctuations, whether they're physical, energetic, or emotional. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they just, all these little nature spirits just kind of keep coming in and going, that's enough, just come and play. So that's really beautiful. I'm going to pay attention to that call. Yeah. They're lots of fun. I want to go and play with them. They feel really nice to be around, and I feel if spending some time with them will allow me to remember what it is to be with the earth in an easy way, to be with her in a way that doesn't worry about her but knows how to work with her really respectfully, that we are in this reciprocal synergistic connection, and that the kind of planes of earth are for playing in and exploring and adventuring and appreciating beauty. Wonderful. Okay. 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 I do have an Indigenous man here I've spoken with several times before over the years, and he wants to share things with you, but he's waiting a little bit for I think some more receptivity and for some of the trauma that has been I want to say kind of unlocked with the Black Lives Matter movement coming to illumination. Once that has cleared a little bit more, he is wanting to share something with us again around working. Well, I can't even use the word working with the earth. I want to say being with the ground, but also there's a real harmony here with this man around working with the stars as well as the earth, really working with above and below. But what he is sharing with me now that he would like to share with all of you now is to actually just go very gently, particularly when it comes to speaking with about any Indigenous or person of colour, to go very gently is what he's saying. He's particularly referring to Indigenous people of this country where I am in, and he's continuing to say, please be very gentle. Please exercise lots of compassion. It is a very large, very much predicted, and I want to say orchestrated in the way that some of the, what can I say? I can sort of say ceremonial leaders within various Indigenous communities have contributed to this purging of the trauma that has occurred in this country and is held within the bodies of the Indigenous people and within the land, and is also certainly felt within the non-Indigenous people who live here as well. So a very large purging, no, that's too hard a word, cleansing is occurring, but it is requiring a lot of energy. Some of us are working with that as well. Some of us are contributing our life force to that. If you don't want to, you can ask for that not to be. If you are willing to, just ensure that you have some sort of parameters around that do not expend. But it is wonderful if those of you who are in this country particularly, and within your own country local, to be aware that your energetic vessel is also holding compassion and gentle love and acceptance as we allow for this wave of cleansing to occur. So we are experiencing waves of cleansing. This is one of them. There is more to come. Okay, thank you. He wants to come back and speak again. He is expressing reverence at speaking with me and working with me in this way. Yeah. Okie dokie. Okay. Oh, hi. Beautiful creature. I've been having lots of spirit communications today with my grandfather who passed away many years ago now, really. Yeah, the veil feels quite thin today for spirit, so maybe it's a day you want to, or tomorrow you want to have some chats with some of your guides. There's a lot of openings right now as we move through the rest of this eclipse season, so yeah, it's a really potent time, really a very open, receptive portal for you to communicate with some of your guides, etc. I'm going to be in the Blue Mountains for the next few weeks, so I'll be sending you some spirit reports from there. So I'll have some nature spirit time, and we'll see who wants to speak to us when we're in different country. So I'm very grateful for the original custodians of this country and all who contribute to the nourishment and care of the land here. And thank you for watching, listening. I'm sending you so much love. And if you have any questions for Spirit, you want to ask anything for the collective, feel free. I'm happy to ask for you. Bless you, beautiful creature. See you next week.